Welcome to the #1 picks show on the internet. Well, maybe not the ratings just yet, although if you tell your friends, I'll appreciate it. I'm talking about last week, us going 10 out of 12, being the #1 ranked picks show on the fucking internet, folks. Welcome back to it. It is Most Confident Picks with your boy. And I got some confident picks for y'all that are plus money. 2 out of my 5 most confident picks this week are underdogs. No, I don't go look at the odds first. First, I make all of my picks. Then I go flip those odds over. Normally, I don't even look at them until tonight. And that was the case here. So I just placed a bunch of bets because I was super excited. By the way, I've had a bet on this card for like 2 months now that I like a lot. And it's in this most confident 5. No, I'm not telling you which one. You guys ready for the most confident picks? Let's do this shit. First of all, I'm going to go Chase Hooper. I believe that Chase Hooper is a tough test for Jim Miller. First off, he's a foot taller. He's a lifetime shorter. He's got a lot of solid kickboxing that he's developed. He used to not be able to bust a grape, and now he's good at kickboxing. I like him over an aging Jim Miller. We'll break that one down more. Marco Tulio over Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore's got a nice guillotine, but I think he's getting out kickboxed here by dump truck Dumas' boyfriend. Then I'm going to go with Gene Silva over Bryce Mitchell. Gene Silva should be able to knock out a Bryce Mitchell who does have nice takedowns. You know, he might fish with a questionable crowd, but the takedowns are nice. You ready for the dogs? Y'all already know. I'm going Michael Chandler over Paddy Pimblett. I think Michael Chandler's able to get this thing done by being explosive, being a better striker and a better wrestler. And then in the main event, I'm going with Diego Lopes taking out the legend Alexander Volkanovski. I'll break each one of these down for y'all and then hit you with the rapid fire. Let's start with the main event. Alexander Volkanovski is arguably the best featherweight ever. Okay? And that's saying something. There are a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones. But I think he's done. I think he's done competing at that level anyway. He could beat a lot of guys. Don't get me wrong. But Volk's kickboxing is just looking a little bit... The way he was pulling away from Ilia Topuria, leaving his chin up in the air. I mean, even before he got caught, I was going, ooh, you know? And now you're going to put in a berserker, a hungry Mexican, a Mexican who could tuck his chin, throw big bombs, sit down in his shots like Diego Lopes. I don't just think Diego Lopes wins. I think he gets the GOAT, the featherweight GOAT out of there. That's crazy to say when you got, you know, Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor. You go down a nice list of some solid featherweights. But he's done it, man. Max Holloway. But he's looked really good. I just feel like, 37 now? 36? A lot of miles on the vehicle. We've seen his best performances. Now it's like, where's he at in the division as to where Diego Lopes, you know, by the way, I mean, in their primes, I do think Volk wins. I don't think that's where we're at. I think Volk is going to have trouble at the top of the division right now. And I'm not just saying that because he lost to Islam Makhachev via knockout and then Ilia Topuria via knockout. Those are two probably #1 and #2 pound for pound. At least they should be #1 and #2 pound for pound in the world right now. It's not the opponents. It's what I'm seeing Volk do in the cage. That's an issue. I'm going with Diego Lopes in the main event. I'm going to go with Michael Chandler over Paddy the Baddie. Paddy the Baddie is overrated. I think Paddy had a wonderful performance against King Green. But it's King Green. Michael Chandler fights the who's who. It's always Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. It's the who's who of the division. And now we're about to see where Paddy's at. I think Michael Chandler's still hungry at 38. I don't love that it's a 5-round fight, but honestly, Michael Chandler's been through so many 5-round fights at this point. Is he going to get submitted? That's Paddy's best shot. I don't see Paddy winning a decision here. I think the striking's competitive, but I do think Michael Chandler's a little bit better. And then the wrestling, I mean, come on, man. Michael Chandler's a lot better at wrestling than Paddy Pimblett. Paddy Pimblett throws shots with his hand, with his chin up in the air, hands kind of low, chin up in the air. I think Michael Chandler's catching him, dude. I got Michael Chandler catching, dropping Paddy Pimblett, going in for the finish, but maybe also grinding this thing out over 5 rounds. It would not surprise me if it was Michael Chandler decision. It would not surprise me if it's Michael Chandler TKO. Paddy's shot is a choke. And, you know, if he did do it, it'd be like a come from behind thing. I don't see him winning rounds here. I'm not betting on Paddy Pimblett in this one. And those are 2 dogs for you. Bryce Mitchell versus Gene Silva. I hear some of you on Bryce. I know what you're thinking. Hey, man, he can hit these takedowns. We've seen Gene Silva taken down before, and we know Bryce Mitchell's got some nice 10th planet jiu-jitsu. All right? Even Eddie Bravo was impressed with the twister ground and pound, right? Throws the truck in there, the single hook, controls the far wrist. Hey, it's nice stuff. Gene Silva, I think, is going to knock him out, man. I think Gene Silva's putting shots through his face. Yeah, he bounced back against Kron Gracie. It's fucking Kron Gracie, dude. It's Kron fucking Gracie. And I got nothing but love for Kron Gracie. Okay? Rickson Gracie's the man. You ever seen that documentary Choke? If you haven't, fix it. Okay? You could type it in on YouTube. Rickson Gracie Choke documentary. You're welcome. Do it after this broadcast is over. I think that Gene Silva wins by knockout here, whether it's a head kick or a punch. Maybe he gets taken down. I don't see him getting subbed by Bryce Mitchell. I see him finding his way back to his feet and landing big shit. He's been highlight reel KOing people. I think he gets another highlight reel KO over a solid, competent grappler who, you know, doesn't quite have the same view of astrophysics as I do. Moving on, we have Chase Hooper over Jim Miller. Jim Miller's 42. He's winning, but he's beating like Damon Jackson. I think that Chase Hooper's just on fire, man. The most improved fighter in 2024. I think Chase Hooper's striking looks better than ever. Certainly his jiu-jitsu looks better than ever. Damn, he puts people through the blender. So I know he's crazy, you know, wide on this one. Maybe a little too much love on the money line. But Chase Hooper's submission's not crazy, you know, especially since Jim Miller likes to grapple and engage there. And if he's having trouble on the feet, could revert to the grappling. Hey, Chase Hooper's arm bars are nice. He's really active off of his back. He's one of these people who's not looking to stand up. He wants sweeps. He wants submissions. He's fishing the whole time. Those hips are moving. You got to pin those hips down. Okay? Need to get to half guard, flatten that long ass body out, right? Pin him to the mat. Put a stake through him, because Chase Hooper is very, very mobile off of his back, and I do believe he's going to swing his hips behind an arm and take one home. I got Chase Hooper via armbar submission over the old wily vet, the guy who's still biting at 42, Jim Miller. Then give me Marco Tulio over Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore is not that good, and Tulio is. Tulio's kickboxing's nice, man. I could see a head kick sailing up there. Boom. I could see him just piecing him up on the feet, keeping that range on Tresean, making him run into, just working the body and the legs, making him run into stuff. Tresean is very strong when he gets a hold of you, but there's a lot to be desired in the relatively stiff kickboxing. I think he's getting cracked up, man. It's like a head kick, right hand, kind of Derek Brunson, Israel Adesanya vibes. I could imagine him getting put away here. So I got Tulio via finish. All right. You ready for the rapid fire picks? I'm going with Marco Tulio over Tresean Gore. I'm going with Chase Hooper over Jim Miller. I'm going with Gene Silva over Flat Earth. I'm going with Michael Chandler over Paddy the Fatty. And I'm going with Diego Lopes over Alexander Volkanovski. Those are my 5 most confident picks on the card. Oh, by the way, 2 of those are dogs. Holla at your boy for being number 1 with the full card predictions last week on the entire fucking internet. 10 for 12. I hope you guys tuned in and saw me pick flip for Ode Osborne, who comes through. And if you want to know who I'm betting on this week, go jump into the free channel, link in the description. And if you want to see my most confident bets, I'm going double lock this week. I'm going with a nice parlay. That is over in the premium channel. You guys could check that out by DMing at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you into the premium side. You could always DM me at Mike Finch MMA, but you know I'm going to send you there. That's the way it works. You DM at Mike Finch Show. We get you the link. We get you in there. And you guys can check out my favorite bets. Heavy bets this week. Okay. Just a couple. And you guys will be able to look at those. How's everybody doing? We're feeling good. Should we talk about the card last week really quick before I go? I like to. Lock of the week. Where'd I lose it to? Lock of the week was Ho Lee over Cortavius Romeus. We got the lock of the week going. Ho Lee, because he actually made weight. Cortavius Romeus didn't. And he gassed last time against Gaston Bolanos. I didn't like it. I ended up locking Ho Lee. And he comes through for me. And he gets a finish. And I think the reason he got the finish, again, is because we saw Cortavius Romeus blow weight. When guys do that, a lot of times they're not in shape for the fight. It definitely, made my confidence in Ho Lee go way up. So Chang Ho Lee was the lock of the week. Cash for us. Parlay, we had Tavares and GM3 over 2.5 and Joe Anderson Brito. He fucked that one up. That was horrific. Lerone Murphy got it. Loma Luke Boonmay got it. Dion Barbosa got it. That was the other parlay for minus 157. Hits for us. There was a 3-legger. Lerone Murphy, Loma Luke Boonmay, and Dion Barbosa. That parlay hits at minus 157. I had Ode Osborne straight, but I did give out Ode Osborne versus Gurul over 2.5 because, of course, Ode gets him out of there. And then I had the lightest touch ever, Vanessa Demopoulos. We fucked that one up. Vanessa Demopoulos got demopped up. But, yeah, made a little bit of money. Nothing crazy. Kind of a break-even week. Looking forward to fucking smashing this one. The picks were sick. I ended up betting more myself, but I'm honestly going to keep it tight. I want to keep it tight. Like Ho Lee was a big slam for me. I might as well give out my premium picks that way. So I'm never going to just fill out a 5-piece card for you guys. If it's 3, it's 3. If it's 7, it's 7. Whatever the confident bets are, that's what I'm going to give out in the premium channel. So everybody can eat. All right. I got to give you guys what I'm most confident in. What up, Dave Flores? What up, Sean Shelby? Give us the goods. I got you. I see the squirt gun. I bet you wanted a cooler gun than the squirt gun. I bought a gun yesterday. It's an old like flintlock pistol, flintlock pistol. So I don't have any like flint to put in there, but it is cool. Mike Finch in the clinch. Yes, that does rhyme with my last name. Greetings from Cambodia. Fernan, I always appreciate you tuning in from Cambodia. Tell more of your Cambodian friends to join the dark side and hit the subscribe button. Let's go, Pepino. Finch, how do you rate Cowan's grappling and what kind of credentials does she have? Not that high. I mean, she's athletic for sure, but she's been out for so long, dude. Who knows how her grappling is going to look against Nora Cornell, who's been on a bit of a roll, who's been fighting tough girls. Haley Cowan hasn't fought since 2023 in a loss to Jamie Lynn Horth. And Nora Cornell's been active. She's been fighting Jacqueline Cavalcante, close decision, and Jacqueline Cavalcante is real good. Melissa Mullins, she beat, finished. Jocelyn Edwards, she was able to beat. Jocelyn Edwards, okay. She's mid, but it's like when you're beating these girls, you're showing me where you're at in the division. She was on a streak before that outside of the UFC. I think she gets past Haley Cowan. So I don't think her grappling's good enough to win on Saturday. I do not. Although, she's been out for a long time. We never really know what that means. Are you out for a long time? You're going to come back and you've been training your wrestling so much, you're going to look fantastic. Or you've been out for the whole time. You've been on the couch playing, Call of Duty. I don't know. That's what I do. No, I don't play much Call of Duty anymore. I'm a busy man. But I used to. Black Ops 3, motherfuckers. Me on Revelations, I'm a problem. There's a record yet to be broken. No fighter, I believe, over 35 has won the belt back. So I'm a stats guy. Gotta go Lopes. Yeah, I'm more of a look at the human beings, look at the context guy, right? Than just going like with stats, respectfully, blindly going with stats like that. But that's a factor, that's a factor. On the undercard, you got Jim Miller at 42 beating people in the UFC. So it's not everything. Can be done. If somebody's going to do it, isn't Volkanovski a good guy to do it? So that's not really the reason. It's more like because he's pulling his fucking head up and backing up when a guy's putting pressure on him, bending his knees, which Lopes does. Like Lopes on the pads is not that impressive, but you get in a fight with him, he sits down in his shots. He fights like a Mexican, man. It's fucking exciting to watch. So I think Lopes is going to tag him. I need you to get that premium down to $10. Like we want picks. Jay, we want picks went like 6 for 12 on their picks last card. I went 10 for 12. Okay. Not matching other people's. Okay. If you want to go hang. Hey, by the way, all love to everybody who does this. Okay. I don't hate it. I hate on the people who want to hate from the stands and be like, my card was better and you're the it's like, all right, you put them out every single week in the public before they happen, right? Because hindsight's always, 2020. You gotta, oh yeah, I knew that was gonna come through. No. Put them out public and see what we do and see if it's easy or not. I'm one of the best at doing this. Not ashamed to say it, motherfuckers. Let's go. Take this shit serious, son. Caught you live. What's up? What's up, Sean? Chandler, if he's smart, reads up on Pimblett dropping that left hand every time he throws, which is an easy TKO. Just hope he studied it and it's an easy win. Paddy is flawed. Paddy is flawed. He did look better against Bobby Green, but I don't know, man. We're going to see a lot in 5 rounds of Michael Chandler. We're going to see a lot, Paddy guillotine's kind of live. Like he's good off his back with the triangles and stuff, but Michael Chandler could fucking grapple. I think Michael Chandler's submission grappling is maybe a little bit underrated. What? Because he's been submitted once or whatever. No, come on, man. Do like Paddy, aka second coming of Connor. Tripping, Sean. Tripping. Jim Miller's 41. Excuse me, Shoujo. Big difference at the older ages. 41 versus 42 is not a big difference. Thank you for tuning in, Shoujo, but you're tripping. How do you rate Tresean's wrestling? Not high. Not high. Yeah, that's what he would need to do. He would need to take Tulio down, and as Tulio's getting up, boom, he could slam that power guillotine on. He likes to get in front of it and fucking wrangle their neck. No, I don't think he's doing it. Let's cash, my man. Let's cash Alex. I think Paddy Pimblett wins. Shout out to him. Do you think Gene Silva is a safe parlay piece? Really worried about that Bryce wrestling. Safe? Not that safe, but not that bad either. Not that bad either, because his striking is fucking dangerous. I think he knocks out Josh Emmett. I think Gene Silva knocks Josh Emmett out. Looks better than than Leon, Lerone Murphy. Wrong black dude. Lerone Murphy was able to look against Josh Emmett. I think that that Bryce, that Gene Silva can get him out of there. God, names today. I think Gene Silva can knock out Josh Emmett. Now, MMA math doesn't work. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I believe that he's more dangerous, and he's going to crack Bryce Mitchell, whose striking is very mid. Yeah. Bryce Mitchell's takedowns are nice. His submission grappling's nice. I ain't trying to hate on him. He says some wild shit, but his grappling's pretty good. Gene Silva knockout, though. Romeus made low IQ ways like going armbar while on the back. Laugh my ass off. What a bum, or else you would have been in trouble, but good hit. What the fuck? Jay, I knew that Romeus had a low fight IQ. That was part of the calculation, right? Part of the calculation of picking Holy, locking Holy, slamming it with my own Benjamin Franklin's was exactly what you said, of his low IQ ways of going for an armbar while on his back, etc. And by the way, arm bars on the back are not low IQ in general. Chase Hooper throws it up, he might fucking break your arm. I got Chase Hooper via armbar. I just said it. But Cortavius Romeus is just not high level, man. It's bad decision making. There's a lot of problems with it. Yeah, not good. Caught Dion Barbosa fight, doesn't start, third round at -110 and loaded up. D-mopped, you like it. Finch, when is your next fight? Bro, I'm down. I want a fun fight, all right? Hook me up with something cool. I'll fight the Schmo. Schmo, this is Mike Finch from the Mike Finch Show calling you out, son. I want a cage fight, whatever fucking weight class you need me to make. I'll make it because the fans want something fun. I saw you training. And I think I can get you out of there, Schmo. Let's throw down. I'll see you in the cage. You set the date. You set the time. I'll show up and get you out of there. Finch, I know you picked Diego, but how could you see Volk winning? Australian bias, but I think everyone's counting out Volk. Apparently not, bro. He's a favorite. He took the time to recover. I think he'll come back hot. He could wrestle. If I was coaching Alexander Volkanovski, which is too much of a credit for me, I think Craig Jones is doing fine. I think, City Kickboxing is doing fine. I would say wrestle, dude. Wrestle. He's a better wrestler than most of the division. He's a better wrestler than Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes has nice jiu-jitsu, but, the submission defense of Volk is decent. You guys saw him get out of a nasty triangle and a nasty guillotine attempt by Brian Ortega. I think that's the pathway. I think the more time he spends on the feet, the more time he's at risk. And he likes to kickbox. So that's an issue here. So clearly I'd say to wrestle. My guy Finch, man. Thank you, AW. How much is your premium? $20 a card. Pierre Finch, I wouldn't talk about We Want Picks. They mog you lifetime ROI. Mog me. What are you talking about, dog? Tripping. I got plus 350 Sean Brady submission, plus 350 Kyle Fernandez, Sam Patterson dog money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Who else is doing this? Who else is doing this shit? Okay. I could see my account balance on my, so we're doing fine. I like them, by the way. Shout out to them. They're good. I really think Ige, they went 50% on the last card, but they're good. I really think Ige is going to win. Dan Ige is a bad motherfucker. Lots of Paddy love. Good. God, we got some chirpy motherfuckers. I've been here for 23 minutes already. Can't you see Bryce versus Silva just like Sabatini versus Brito? Don't work quite like that, dog. No. Don't work quite like that. No, Gene Silva, because Brito just had that problem with William Gomes. No, man. No. I think Gene Silva's a fucking marauder. Chandler has lost 4 of his last 5. Yeah, against who, homie? You're gonna make me do this? Chandler's lost 4 out of his last 5. Really? Against who? Against Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. He beat Tony Ferguson. Who cares? He beat Dan Hooker. He beat Benson Henderson. Sydney Outlaw. You guys might not know who that is. Sydney Outlaw is pretty fucking good. Let's see Paddy's last 5. Okay. King Green, who just got fucking wheel kicked. Roofy could just pick a shot to hit him with to knock him out. Tony Ferguson. They both have that. And then what? Jared Gordon, Jordan, Twerk, Levitt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's a big competition difference, dog. Let's see. How would Paddy do is the real question against Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. How does Paddy do against them? That's the question I want you to ask yourself before you give me some shit like that. Hey, what up? AJ DeVito in the motherfucking house. What up, dog? What up? What up? GSP impersonation. I am not impressed by your performance. Alexander Volkanovski is very good, but the Mexican, damn, I'm a little bit rusty on my GSP. He's legendary. I used to have a nice GSP. Is that okay? Yeah, respect to everybody who does this fucking job. You know what I'm saying? All right. All love to AJ DeVito. All love to MMA experts. All love to you motherfuckers for tuning in. I got no hate in my heart, folks. Not even for the schmo who I just called out for a fight because people keep asking me to fight. You want me to fight somebody, make it worth my while, all right? I did fight. I fought 5 people. I finished all of them. I was the #1 ranked amateur in Illinois. I got a belt. It's at my mom's house. No, I don't live with my mom, so it's not here, okay? Before I get that joke, motherfuckers. I moved across the country to Huntington Beach, California. Started training at King's MMA. Started training at Art of Jiu-Jitsu, okay? Started running UFC Gym Huntington Beach, which you can come see me at if you're trying to square up. No, ain't even like that, but do come train. I would fight, but if it had to make sense, okay? If I fight again, it's against Ariel Helwani, all right? It's against fucking whatever celebrity. You know what I mean? It's got to be something fun because it's the hardest thing you could possibly do. But I've been training since I was 10 years old. I'm ready to fucking rock, just like I'm ready to rock for UFC 314. Those are my 5 most confident picks. If you want to see my bets, I'm going to drop them right fucking now. I'm going to drop them over in the premium channel. You guys could go check them out. I always drop one in the free channel. Oh, by the way, free channel hit again. Okay. What did I drop? I know it hit, but I do forget what I dropped over there in the free channel. What did I drop? Son of a bitch. I didn't write it down. I had, so I wanted to give out Kennedy and Zetchiku. Of course, Kennedy and Zetchiku fucking pulls out. I had to redo the whole fucking card. Okay. So that was brutal. Let me go view in Telegram. I'm literally clicking the link in my channel description right now to go view what I dropped for y'all. Okay. I dropped Torres Finney versus Robert Valentin over 2.5. Oh, by the way, it was plus 150. Oh, by the way, it hit. So if you're not in the free channel where they win week after fucking week, go check it out. I'll drop 1 bet for y'all each week. Ended up dropping 2 since Davy Grant and the Brazilian Santos did not fight. Okay. So I had to drop a second one for y'all. And the plus 150 lands. If you want to see my most confident bets, DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in, and you guys can go check them out. I appreciate y'all tuning in. On Friday after weigh-ins, I will give you guys my full card predictions where, oh, by the way, last week, I was #1 on the fucking internet. Let's do it again. Until next time, folks, it's peace and love.